the whirlwind keeps on spiraling. Pot shots taken by people. Rumors, confirmations, unsubstantiated sources. Everything you could want with a good mystery novel is happening with Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Yep.
pretty
And spearheading it all is We Got This Covered.
Oh man.
Oh man. Okay, so where do we currently stand? Because at any given hour, there's 3 conflicting reports.
I mean, I've kind of given up just following everything. Like,
Yeah.
It's just the thing. No.
It's become just a tangled web.
Oh,
Ka-ching. I've been saving that one since this morning. I was like, how am I gonna walk into that one?
Well, feel bad. Feel bad.
So
I'll smack him, guys.
here's like the thing with this, right? It fell apart badly when Sony issued that statement on Twitter, literally just pointing a finger at Kevin Feige going, you're 100% to blame.
Yep.
And then Kevin Feige and Tom Holland looking nervous, like there was like snipers pointed at them during the Entertainment Weekly interview. Like Tom Holland literally looked like he was about to be like dragged away into a dungeon.
Well,
You think the Marvel snipers are bad? You ain't seen the Disney ones.
Right.
well, you also have to realize they probably had to tell Tom something and tell
Yeah.
him to not say anything. So he's biting his tongue like.
Here's what blows my mind about this though. Tom Holland said the Spider-Man 3 is going to pick up after the events that change his world in the last film.
Let's be honest here. Tom Holland ain't gonna know crap.
Exactly.
He's an actor. He's not an executive. All he knows is that they pitched a movie, and that at this point in time, it's gonna pick up after Far From Home. That's all he knows. That's all he's gonna say.
Which doesn't make sense at all because they can't. We
No.
actually know they cannot physically set this in the MCU. So what a mess. Like that's all this thing is. And again, everybody that's suffering is the fans of Spider-Man now, and
Yep.
the backlash against Sony and a backlash against Disney, which was then, D23 fixed that, so everybody's back in their favor now. But it's kind of ridiculous how big it is.
I wonder if they had to sit there because that Disney does not know the actual what could potentially be happening. So they had to sit there and be like, this is what you're allowed to say because we cannot confirm or deny at this point that yes, you are gone. So just say it picks up from these events.
Here's the thing. If Kevin Feige's been shut out for the last handful of months, which he has because we know that's been a thing, that Sony has been talking to him, whatever they're doing with Spider-Man, he has no idea.
Yep.
So it's a weird scenario, and what really gets at me, and this is the worst part, is if Sony knew this is how they were ending the entire thing and the partnership, they should have told Feige so they could not have major cliffhanger story.
It's just shady as hell. Man.
Sony's shadiness right there shines. You can't defend that. If you're defending that, then I don't know what to tell you. Like that is
Here's the thing,
bad.
like, it was shady the second they had that little Twitter PR thing.
Yep.
It was shady as hell. So, I guess Disney, kept Feige doesn't have time to do anything with Spider-Man. It's like that's not a PR statement you make.
Yeah, especially
the
at
hell's
3
that?
o'clock in the morning. Or at least in our time zone. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning. It's like, what, for real? It's... Everything about this just has this disgusting slime on it, and I'm going to blame the black slime.
I was going to say, you mean Venom. I very much agree there.
This whole situation is just really, really weird and really bad at the same time. You don't really know the full story. To me, I just chalk it up as a little bit of truth on both sides.
That's the
and then like the fans who blame one side or another side are like, oh, I blame Disney because it's a monopoly. Last time I checked, it wasn't a monopoly because Batman and Harry Potter are trying to sell you smartphones. If you guys forget about that, and then there's guys on Twitter yelling, saying that that this is unfair and Disney needs to play ball all while buying Mickey Mouse hats at Disneyland.
Yeah, the thing with this is both sides are clearly somewhere in the middle. They gotta meet, and that's where the story lies. But it's unfortunate this is how everything is shaking out, and that the fact that the future of Spider-Man is now the actor we love in the film franchise that we don't love being shoehorned in there in some way, shape, or form or something. It's just gonna feel so dirty. Like, that's the way I look at this whole thing. Everything is dirty about it. Like, there's nothing.
I mean, I wouldn't know because I'm not gonna watch it. So.
And people think that this is gonna be the MCU Peter that they come to know. It's gonna be a completely different Peter Parker.
So,
it has to be. Every aspect of it has
he
to.
can't even act the same way. He has to be a completely different character. So his characteristics, the way Tom Holland acts as Peter, he cannot mimic those, or they're gonna get sued.
That's
Guys.
if Holland actually stays.
True. Exactly.
This is what's going to happen. It's going to be Spider-Man 3 that when he sits there and he's in the symbiote suit and he's got the dark eyeliner and he's just like, ba-da-cha, ba-da-cha.
No,
like,
guys.
he's going to be like that.
Oh, no. Guys, no. I figured it out.
Oh, no.
I figured out how Sony's going to cheese this to try to pull one on the stupid people. They're going to call the film Spider-Man Trinity and throw Carnage and Venom in it. Because 3 Trinity, and try to throw people off from it being a third.
Ooh. Oh, no.
I don't even want to be sitting next to you because you know Sony execs are listening to this saying, oh my god, this is the best thing we've ever heard.
I know there's people at Sony that listen to this, and they're writing this down right now and sending it down the pipeline.
So, if you're listening, can you slap Rothman?
Can you give them less paint chips from the Wolverine set? Like, maybe, I don't know, give them real chips? Like...
Because let's be honest, Steve. Let's look at the track record that these people in Sony have had. Like, yes, there might be some truth on both sides. Like, they might both be to blame. But one's got Rothman and one's got a Rad. Now, I'm sorry, is it really Disney's fault when they have those two over there?
Now,
like, come on.
Here's the thing. When people say, but Rothman and Arad gave us Spider-Verse, no, they didn't.
No, that was Sony Animation.
Sony Animation, and actually Arad was very much hands-off, and Rothman did not care about the movie, so he wasn't there day to day, and that's why it didn't get as much of a marketing budget as their other films, because he was like, it's a cartoon.
The only person that had their name on Spider-Verse was Amy Pascal.
Our savior, we're sorry we doubted you.
To be fair, you are a racist, not very nice person. But thank you for that one good thing you did.
But this is Hollywood, and you fail upwards as you did, so...
Yeah, I think the third movie is going to be called Spider-Man Web of Shadows.
Oh, it probably will.
No, because then you're sitting there putting a bad name on the video game.
I mean, was Web of Shadows that great anymore?
Well, hold on, which
don't
one was the
know.
Web of Shadows? Hold on.
It's the one where Venom takes over New York.
Yeah, and like Spider-Man has a portion of the symbiote, and it,
Okay, so I'll tell you right now, that game was a solid 6.5 out of 10.
Yeah,
It had Black Cat, and that's the only thing I
Every
cared about.
Spider-Man game has
you're thinking
Black
of Edge
Cat
of Time, Shay.
Oh.
You're thinking Edge of Time.
No,
I
it
think.
shows right there.
Oh, she was in this one too. Oh, I forget that.
Oh yeah, anything has Black Cat, and I like it. But
That's true.
I also never played it. I'm gonna admit I never played that video
You're like
game. I
me
just
with
knew.
Namor. I'm like, is there a dude in a Speedo in this? Oh boy! Give me Namor.
You must be interesting at a beach there if that's the case. Just
Oh,
like,
definitely.
Oh,
Namor?
wait.
Namor?
Are you Namor?
Wait until our cruise. Then he's gonna sit there and
Oh,
he's gonna be
God.
posting on Instagram. Guys, I found Namor.
found
Wait,
Namor.
no, that one's Namor. Wait, no, that
Who
one.
knew there were so many Namors?
Everybody's cosplaying Namor on this Halloween cruise.
So thanks, Sony, for hopefully by the time this comes out, this will be the one instance where this is outdated and they've worked it out. I'm not holding my breath.
Oh, there's no way in any circle of hell is this going to be worked out in a week. Every rumor, every person saying it's going to be worked out in a week, no. I'm
They've
sorry.
tried
There's
to
no
work
way.
it out since February. That's how long
Exactly.
they've been at this, and they haven't worked it out.
There's no way.
You think it's happening overnight, guys? Come on.
That means then their deadline to have everything worked out is probably coming to an unfortunate close call.
Oh, it's
No, well, I mean, if you think about it, when's Spider-Man 3 going to go in production? Late next year?
When does it have to? Is the real
it's a
question.
3-year window from the last film, so they got to get it out by 2022, by July of 2022.
They've got over a year at least to get this thing sorted out.
Because I mean, remember how fast it was between Andrew Garfield taking over for Tobey Maguire? It was a couple of months because They're like, we got to get it out because pre-production on everything new, which means you start off from like zero. Like, so they're gonna have to start off with new concepts, new ideas, new everything. So it's gonna be interesting to see how they do this. Their one savior, though, is if they toss them into Venom, because then it's a Spider-Man movie and it extends their thing. But who knows? This is Sony. You know, it's anything they do, we just ask questions because we're all confused. Like, I don't, unless it's the gaming division, they make some logical choices. But it's a different topic.
Does Venom have a writer on it, or? I know we got a director, but I can't remember if they got a writer on it or not.
I mean, did Venom 1 actually have a writer on it? Let's be real.
I mean, it had crayon. That's about it. Yeah.
So there you go.
No, it had scented markers, guys. It was scented marker, not crayon.
This one is grape and this one is watermelon, and you sniff both, and I write a script. Oh, okay. Makes sense.
Still with the markers.
Oh, yeah.
Like on their
totally.
nose.
They're Ralph. Crayons and all. That's them. That's them. So that's our Spider-Man talk for this.